Greetings, YouTube. Welcome to episode 306 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. What are your nation's moral values? I'm an American. We don't have moral values. What do you think about limiting the number of terms for Congress and Senate? 2 terms. That's it. It could be 2 terms in Congress and 2 terms in Senate. Total of 16 years. Seems fair. I'd also limit the length of service in the Supreme Court so we can get people in there who, say, are younger and more relevant. Who was the best president in your lifetime? The president you admired most in your lifetime and also before your lifetime. Well, there's 3 different presidents here, potentially. Who was the best president in my lifetime? I'm going to go with Obama. I didn't like many of the things he did, but I think what he did for the country is very important. Kennedy was one I really admired, and is he still alive? He and I still alive together? I'm not sure. I don't think we were. No, because my parents got married the week he was buried. That's right. So Kennedy, and I'm going to go with Eisenhower, believe it or not, because I think that he did a lot of good stuff in his tenure, both as a general and a president, even though he was technically conservative, though by the metrics of 2020, he would be hard-pressed to be a Democrat. What do you think NATO's and the UN's involvement in the internal affairs of countries should be? Making sure that every human being on this planet has civil liberties and human rights, has housing, food, healthcare, and education. So yeah, as much goddamn involvement as we needed. Do you think that electioneering for presidents should start at a designated time before the election? 4 months. 4 months before the election. That's it. Have you ever run for any office? No. What presidential candidates do you think were a joke? We've had a lot. I mean, it takes very little to be a presidential candidate. Seriously, it's like $1,000 to register yourself to be a presidential candidate. You jump through the proper hoops. But I'm going to go with D's nuts. What do you think of the issue of assisted suicide? As long as there is a psychological profile that the person is sane and they want to die because they're terminally ill, let them. What do you think of the federal funding of public TV and radio should be? All the goddamn money they can throw at them. They need more funding. They need to be funded for everything they need because they do good work and they're important. And the last question of this episode, can you be nonviolent in a conflict with a violent adversary and survive? Could I be, or is it possible? Yes, I think it is possible. Can I be? Very unlikely. If you have not gathered by now, have anger issues. I am the survivor of abuse. And as an adult, I'm very intolerant of it. As an adult, I really don't handle it well when people are violent to others, particularly against people who are innocent, people who are children and things like that. Abuse, don't handle it well. So I'm going to take it on. I'm not saying I'm going to succeed. I'm a fat old man. But by gosh and by golly, I am not going to stand there and passively take it. Not now. Not anymore. No. Alrighty. Thank you for being here for episode 306 of the 4,000 Question Challenge. I hope that you will be here for episode 307.